And that little has been achieved on the ground over the lack of visible projects and limited public communication from the Commission's leadership. Meanwhile, some analysts attribute the slow start to structural issues within Nigeria's budgeting system, including delays in fund releases and overlapping fiscal cycles affecting project execution. Development advocates note that without timely access to funds, clear project execution, and improved transparency, the SEDC risks falling short of its mandate. They are calling for urgent action, including the release of funds, stronger oversight, and collaboration among stakeholders to ensure the Commission delivers tangible impact. The national rollout of the Artificial Intelligence Unipod, a flagship innovation hub aimed at promoting youth-led technology development and entrepreneurship, has commenced at the University of Lagos. The initiative, a collaboration between the federal government and the United Nations Development Programme and the University of Lagos, is part of the UNDP's Africa Timbuktu initiative, designed to position Nigerian universities at the forefront of innovation, economic growth, and job creation. Representing Vice President Kashim Shettima at the launch, Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, Ibrahim Hadija, described the Unipod as a platform for enterprise and national development. He noted that artificial intelligence is shaping the future, stressing the need for Nigeria to actively participate in the global AI ecosystem. Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Folashade Ogunsola, described the launch as a transformative milestone, adding that the hub will drive innovation, research, and national development. She said the university has already established a foundation in AI research, training, and startup incubation, with the Unipod set to unify and accelerate these efforts. UNDP resident representative, Elsie Atafwa, highlighted the program's focus on economic inclusion and connecting academic innovation with market opportunities, noting that the hub will support startups, create jobs, and empower young people. A dismissed Nigerian soldier, Rotimi Olamilekon, popularly known as Soldier Boy, has challenged the Nigerian army to make its payroll public, as he insists that personnel are poorly paid and often purchasing their own protective gear. Olamilekon, a former Lance Corporal, made the claims in a video released on Tuesday, shortly after the army dismissed his earlier allegations as false and misleading. In the video, he displayed bank transaction alerts, which he said reflected payments received during his time in service. According to him, a payment of 112,000 naira represented his monthly salary, while 20,000 naira was a so-called grumbling allowance, and 45,000 naira an operational allowance for personnel deployed to active conflict zones. He explained that the operational allowance was not a fixed entitlement and was only paid to soldiers on active duty in theaters of operation. Olamilekon also claimed that personnel on barracks duty receive only their salary and limited allowances, adding that soldiers are often required to purchase items such as helmets and protective jackets themselves. He called on Nigerians with relatives in the military to verify his claims and urged the army to release its payroll for transparency. However, the Nigerian army has rejected the allegations. In a statement issued by the acting director of Army Public Relations, Apollonia Anele, the army described the claims as baseless. The army described the claims as baseless, maintaining that all personnel are adequately equipped through official logistics systems. The army added that while some personnel may choose to supplement their kits, such actions are voluntary and not a requirement. On welfare, it stated that soldiers receive consolidated salaries alongside various allowances, including operational and mission-specific entitlements, paid directly into their accounts. Crude oil deliveries from the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, to the Dangote Petroleum Refinery doubled in March, raising hopes for improved fuel availability across Nigeria. This was disclosed by the President and Chief Executive of Dangote Industries Limited, Aliko Dangote, on Tuesday, while hosting the Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations, Amina Mohammed, at the company's industrial complex in Ibeju-Lekki, Lagos. Speaking on the feedstock supply, Dangote commended the NNPC for increasing crude deliveries to the refinery, noting that volumes rose to 10 cargoes in March, 6 supplied in Naira and 4 in dollars to support domestic fuel supply. Despite the increase, he said the volume still falls short of the 19 cargoes required for optimal refinery operations, with the shortfall being supplemented through imports from the United States and other African international oil companies operating in Nigeria to sell crude directly to the refinery, noting that their preference for selling to traders results in higher repurchase costs, with implications for the broader economy. He added that the refinery is seeking improved access to domestically priced crude under local currency arrangements to help moderate fuel prices and strengthen long-term energy and food security. In her remarks, United Nations Deputy Secretary General Amina Mohammed highlighted the strategic role of Dangote Industries, particularly Dangote Fertilizer Limited, in addressing Africa's food security problems. She called for stronger global partnerships to scale such initiatives. Iran says talks with US will begin in Pakistan's Islamabad on Friday. And Netanyahu says US-Iran ceasefire does not include Lebanon. Details of these and more on our foreign stories.
Every second, every minute, every day, follow these stories objectively, bringing all sides without bias, explaining the complex issues, breaking down the numbers, and investigating the issues behind the news. Anywhere and everywhere, near or far, wherever the news is, we will be there. Signature TV. News in your pocket.
Iran has agreed to a 2-week ceasefire with the United States, with its National Security Council saying talks with Washington will begin in the Pakistani capital, Islamabad, on Friday, based on Tehran's 10-point proposal. The statement on Wednesday came after U.S. President Donald Trump said he was holding off on a threat to end Iranian civilization and would suspend attacks on the country for 2 weeks. Trump said the truce was contingent on Iran agreeing to the complete, immediate and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz, the narrow waterway that connects the Gulf to the Arabian Sea, and through which a fifth of the global oil supplies passes. Iran's partial blockade of the strait, imposed in the aftermath of the US and Israel's attack on February 28th, has disrupted global trade, driving up oil prices and causing fuel shortages around the world. Iran's retaliatory attacks have also reverberated across the Gulf and drawn in Lebanon's Hezbollah and Yemen's Houthis, both of which have launched attacks on Israel, significantly widening the conflict. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office has expressed support for the United States' decision to suspend strikes on Iran, but said the 2-week truce will not extend to Iran's ongoing military operations in Lebanon. In a statement on X on Wednesday, Netanyahu said Israel backed US President Donald Trump's efforts to ensure Iran no longer poses a nuclear, missile, and terror threat to America, Israel, Iran's Arab neighbors, and the world. Netanyahu's statement comes after Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif announced that the US, Iran, and their allies have agreed to an immediate ceasefire everywhere, including Lebanon and elsewhere. Oil prices have dived, bonds rallied, and stocks surged as a 2-week ceasefire involving Iran spurred a relief rally, with investors cheering the possible resumption of February, prompting Tehran to effectively close the Strait of Hormuz, a key waterway used to transit 1/5 of the world's oil and gas. U.S. crude futures fell about 16.5% to $94 a barrel. S&P 500 futures leaped more than 2%, and the dollar fell broadly on Wednesday, having been a haven for investors during the turmoil. Futures pointed to broad gains in Asia's stock markets, which have been hit by the war and soaring energy prices, while 10-year U.S. Treasury futures rose above 15 ticks. Hundreds of women marched in Cuba's capital, Havana, to protect the de facto oil blockade and pressure campaign that the United States has imposed on the island. Banners and signs at Tuesday's demonstrations bore the slogan of "Tear down the blockade." Many protesters waved Cuban flags, and some wore T-shirts with the hashtag "No More Blockade." The protest took place in what would have been the 96th birthday of the late Vilma Espin, a leader in the Cuban Revolution and the former First Lady. She was the wife of Raul Castro and the sister-in-law of Fidel Castro, both presidents. Top officials in Cuba's communist government led the demonstration, including Deputy Prime Minister Inés María Chapman and Deputy Foreign Minister Josefina Vidal. They denounced the U.S. campaign against the Cuban government as a kind of collective punishment. And that's it on the foreign news.
Bayern Munich have secured a crucial 2-1 victory over Real Madrid in the first leg of their UEFA Champions League quarter-final clash at the Santiago Bernabeu. Goals from Luis Diaz and Harry Kane handed the German side the advantage, while Kylian Mbappe's late strike ensured Real Madrid remained firmly in contention ahead of the second leg. Coached by Vincent Kompany, Bayern Munich dominated proceeds in the first half and could have extended their lead beyond a single goal. Their breakthrough came in the 41st minute when Diaz finished off a well-worked move to put the visitors ahead. Bayern doubled the advantage early in the second half, with Kane curling home from the edge of the box to register his 11th goal of the Champions League campaign. Despite Bayern's control, Real Madrid responded strongly in the later stages, with Mbappe pulling one back in the 74th minute to give the hosts a lifeline. Bayern, making several key saves to deny Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. as Madrid pushed for an equalizer. Real Madrid defender Antonio Rudiger admitted his side had more to give, but remained optimistic about their chances in the return leg. The encounter marks the 29th meeting between both European giants in the competition, underlining its status as one of football's most iconic rivalries. Bayern will now take a narrow advantage back to Germany for the decisive second leg, where both sides will battle for a place in the semi-finals. Next is entertainment news.
Popular Nigerian social media critic Martins Vincent Ose, also known as Very Dark Man, has announced that his petition against Blessing Okoro, popularly called Blessing CEO, has been approved for investigation by the Nigerian Police Force under the Inspector General of Police. This follows growing controversy over Blessing CEO's claim that she's battling stage 4 cancer. On March 25, 2026, she posted a viral Instagram video in which she tearfully alleged that she had been diagnosed with the illness, also displaying apparent hair loss she attributed to the condition. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Medical Association (NMA) Delta State chapter has disowned a viral histology report allegedly linked to Blessing Okoro, saying it was altered from the genuine report belonging to another patient. In a statement signed by Chairman Israel Adaigo and Secretary Usman Hana, the NMA explained that the original test conducted at Zenos Medical Diagnostics in Asaba confirmed breast cancer in a patient named Mbara Deborah in May 2025. The association said the document circulating online was manipulated from the original report and does not belong to Okoro. It urged the public to disregard the false report and warned against actions that could undermine medical integrity. Lagos socialite and nightclub owner Mike ENUGU, popularly known as Pretty Mike, has announced the reopening of his nightclub Proxy Lagos nearly 7 months after it was raided by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA). In an Instagram video posted on Tuesday, he reflected on the personal and business challenges he faced following the raid, which also coincided with the death of his father. He expressed gratitude to those who supported him during the difficult period. The NDLEA operation, carried out in the earlier hours of October 26, 2025, resulted in the arrest of over 100 guests, including Pretty Mike and Toyo Ide. The agency said banned substances, including loud and laughing gas, were recovered from the club. The UK government has barred US rapper Kanye West, also known as Ye, from entering the country over his past anti-Semitic remarks, forcing the cancellation of a major music event. Organizers of the Wireless Festival, where West was scheduled to headline all 3 nights in July, announced the cancellation shortly after tickets went on sale. They confirmed that all ticket holders would receive full refunds. The decision followed mounting backlash, with major sponsors such as Pepsi and Diageo withdrawing their support. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer had earlier described West's booking as deeply concerning, adding that the rapper should never have been invited to headline the festival. That's the entertainment news. Queeneth Nwokonta's Signature TV News.
That's the size of our package. I am Uchenna Chimdi Oluoha. Thanks for watching.
Into the stories, signs, and solutions shaping your well-being. From expert interviews to real-life journeys of healing and hope, we cover it all.
One of the complications of cancer management or treatment is they have some of them at one point in time, you see them having anemia. Okay, so you see them at times being transfused. But at the same time, you come in with a diet.
Nutrition, mental health, innovations in medicine, fitness, and everyday wellness. Whether you're managing a condition, staying informed, or just living your best life, Inside Health is your trusted guide.
I'm Tigiti Agorom, and I'll be with you every week on Inside Health, only on Signature TV.
Hello and welcome to Things Should Know, the show where we listen, learn and grow. The TSK show is where teenagers are empowered with the right knowledge to thrive and parents are equipped with the right knowledge to guide them. And my name is Ifoma the Prof Mwato. I'm your host on the TSK show. And today we are looking at a very important topic. So many students know the answer in class, but they choose to stay silent, not because they don't know, but because of fear, fear of making mistake, fear of being laughed at, or simply being noticed. In this episode of Confidence in the Classroom, Speaking Up Without Fear, we'll explore what it really takes to find your voice, believe in yourself, and speak with courage. So we'll go on a short break, and when we'll be back, we'll meet our guest for today. Stay.
Get plugged into the heartbeat of entertainment on The Hub, your ultimate show on e-vibes. From trending stories and social media drama to top charting music, must-watch movies and exciting moments from the world of arts, we've got it all. Join us for unmissable conversations with your favorite entertainment personalities, plus fun segments every week.
I should try harder, so...
Okay, I don't know that one.
Outfit of the day.
Oh, I don't do that. That's some Gen Z stuff.
Oh, now you say it's a Gen Z stuff.
It's everything you love about entertainment, served fresh every week at 1 p.m. with weekend repeats just in case you missed it. The Hub's on e-vibes, where the vibes never stop. Only on Signature TV.
All right, welcome back to the TSK show. And with me on today's episode is a young girl who is willing to share her experience with us. She's a teenager in junior secondary school, and her name is Norma Esther Ben Nam. Welcome to the TSK show.
Thank you very much for having me.
How are you doing today?
Fine.
Okay, so you're going to be speaking on behalf of some other teenagers about confidence in the classroom. I hope you're ready. Okay, so how old were you when you started secondary school, and were you prepared for it, or you just saw yourself in secondary school?
I was 10 years old when I started secondary school.
10 years? You were not even a teenager? Okay, so were you prepared for what was ahead of you?
Yes, now, because I had like teenagers in my primary school. So then I was now like, this is no longer primary school, it's now secondary school. Okay. And since it's a big school, I will meet new faces and new challenges.
Okay. So you were somehow prepared for it somehow, because you had teenagers as friends in your former school. So is there any experience that you had when you started secondary school that is an unforgettable experience? Maybe something you remember and you even laugh at yourself, like, oh, if I knew better, I would have done better. Okay.
Like it was on the first day of our school. Then there was this boy named Ebenezer. I was just about to sit down. The boy sat down and told me I should go to that side. I told him, if God like you, me and you will not be in the same class. As they were calling our name for the classes. So unluckily for him, me and him entered the same class.
Okay.
And when he saw me, and I told him, God did not even like you for it, me and you to be in the same class.
God
not even like for you to me and you to be in the same class that day.
Okay, so you've shared your first experience in school, and we are going to talk about that, but we need to go on a short break now, and when we come back, we talk about why you told him God saved him. Okay? Okay, so we'll go on a short break and we'll be right back soon.
Get plugged into the heartbeat of entertainment on The Hub, your ultimate show on eVibes. From trending stories and social media drama to top charting music, must-watch movies and exciting moments from the world of arts, we've got it all. Join us for unmissable conversations with your favorite entertainment personalities, plus fun segments every week.
I should try harder. So,
Okay, I don't know that one.
outfit of the day.
Oh, I don't do that. That's some Gen Z stuff.
Oh, now you say it's a Gen Z stuff.
It's everything you love about entertainment, served fresh every week at 1 p.m. with weekend repeats just in case you missed it. The Hubs on eVibes, where the vibes never stop. Only on Signature TV.
With a population of about 36 million people, the Southeast is awash with stories. Every day on Southeast News, we tell the peculiar story of the Southeast and her people.
Our Southeast should be the Silicon Valley of Nigeria.
Their successes, achievements, and daily challenges. Do you have a Southeast story to share? Community achievements and challenges, completed and uncompleted projects, bad roads, water scarcity, erosion, flooding, insecurity, or even disagreements? Bring it on to Southeast News. On Southeast News, no story is too big or too small. Southeast News. Let's tell our story. Showing on Signature TV every weekday at 4 p.m. WAT, 1600 hours GMT.
God did not like him for them to be in the same class. So why did you say that?
Because boy was looking for my trouble on the first day.
The very first
day. I didn't even know the boy's name. Then his classmates were now hyping him.
Like
his seatmates, that
he's a bully.
Yes, they were telling him that, do you know who this boy is? That this boy has been to Abuja, that he won this thing. I was not telling him, I won this in class.
And you're going to teach him some lessons. You're going to bend his head.
And unfortunately for me, I saw him in the same class in just 1, just 2, and just 3. Maybe I'll see him maybe in SS1.
Oh, wow. So while you were telling him that, it's like you're going to match his energy. You'll be his matching spanner. Okay, so have there ever been a time you felt like your voice didn't matter in class? You know, there's this fear, maybe shyness, anxiety, and you wanted to speak up, but you were like, oh, I don't know. So how did you manage that?
Sometimes I just breathe in and breathe out. Then if I don't know the question, I'll tell teacher that I don't know it. Or if I know the answer, I will answer the question and then forget and leave the fact that me and you, that you are insulting me, that I don't know the answer. I'll just leave the fact that I'll just answer the question straight and sit down. And most of the times I used to get it correct. So the person will feel like, oh, that he has been stupid for insulting me or doing something that it's not meant to be
So
done.
when you feel nervous before answering a question, or maybe like it's a group work or you're asked to represent, do a presentation in class. So what is the first thing, apart from breathing in and breathing out, what else do you do?
I would be like, they gave me the head of this thing, and since I'm the head of this group, it should be done in a particular way that to show excellence, that it should not be done in an otherwise way like that. So if I now tell the whole group that we are meant to do like that, we are meant to be like this, what our achievement to be achieved, and nothing will be separate. It will be like it's not meant to be.
Everything will go on.
Yes.
Very fine. So that means so far you've had people in your group that cooperates with you. So when you give them a responsibility, they don't try to like challenge you, like, why is it my classmate that is telling me what to do?
There are some people that think that I'm inferior to them. They are more inferior to me.
Okay.
But since I am your leader, anything I say goes. You don't have a right to say in it since I'm your leader. And provided I'm providing most of the material used for the group work, and you are not doing anything,
you're providing
meant to
most
comply.
of the material.
Yes, since you're
is
the
it like
group
from
leader.
your pocket or the school gives it to
No,
you to
from my own pocket.
Why?
The school doesn't. Our school doesn't give us actually.
Okay.
So we provide it. So the that you gave, we have provided it. I have the right to tell you, and you are not providing anything. Since I'm the leader, I have the right to tell you that what you should do and how it should be done.
And they
comply.
And they comply. So when we talk, I think I'm seeing this boldness and confidence in you. When we talk about confidence, some people would think it's being the loudest or being the boldest in the classroom. So to you, Norma, what is confidence? What does confidence mean to you as a person?
Confidence is actually believing in yourself. It's not about being the overdressed or maybe the loudest or the boldest in every way. It's about believing in yourself or making a say that stands, that your presence matters. Yes, that's what confidence actually means.
Believing in yourself, being aware of who you are, what you're capable of doing, and how you can actually handle things. Okay, now let's bring it down. Let's bring it home. We know in secondary school, people make fun of their classmates. Maybe you answer a question, you didn't get it rightly, they start to laugh, or maybe there's one wrong word you said, and for over time, maybe for like some days or some weeks, they always call you by that word, and they make fun of you. So had there been a time they made fun of you in the class, and how did you handle that?
Like I said, breathe in and breathe out. Don't just forget about the person. Like my seatmate in JS3 was the most annoying boy in the whole of our set. All the teachers have testified to it. And having him as a seatmate is having headache as your seatmate.
Did he at any point start to bully you?
Of course, nah.
Are you serious? So how did you handle that? Did you fight back, or what did you do?
The thing that is about me is anytime you tell me I cannot do anything, I can do it. That I will show that I can do it.
You feel challenged.
Yes, I can do it.
Okay.
Like maybe if you tell me I can't pass this exam, I will tell you I will read it and I will pass it. Maybe if I tell you now, you tell me anytime I tell you that I cannot do something, means I can't do it. Like totally I can't do it. But if I tell you that I can do it, I will pass it.
Okay, so there's this determination and there's this push that comes with your yes to yourself. Okay. Now let's look at when people try to bully you. Some teenagers